Hi guys, welcome to Home with Hachi Mama. Today I'm going to be answering a few questions that people in the Facebook group left for me that have to do with being a sexual 7. So I'm just going to start now. That was a lame intro, but I'm not going to redo it. Question 1. So the first question is, how do I differentiate between the two other head types? And I'll start with 5. It's really hard for me not to see myself as very 5-y. I think you guys know that I first thought for 2 years that I was a 9. And a lot of like the withdrawn qualities, I think, made me feel like I was either 9 or 5. I would go back and forth between like 9, 5, and then 4 in the tri-type. I thought I was that tri-type for a while. But I was thinking about it, and I think 4, 7, like if you're a core 7, I'm pretty sure the 9, 4, 7 would be the most withdrawn 7. I don't know if that's correct, but like, is there a more withdrawn 7 than a 9, 4, 7? Let me know. But yeah, I think my 9 and my 4 really make me feel like a 5 because I do have that withdrawn quality, and I am a head type, so I don't feel that different than a 5. And I think mostly it's that I'm like impatient and I like can come off really bubbly and like extroverted, but it's not how I feel in my heart. Also, I think this sexual instinct, being a sexual 9, 4, 7, I think must be the most withdrawn 7, because I think the sexual instinct also causes people to withdraw. So I don't feel that different than a 5, and I want to be one, but I'm not allowed. I don't know why. It seems stupid. And I do have a 6 wing, so I think the ways I don't feel like a 6 have to do with confrontation. I don't like confrontation. I just drank like some water and it's all over my lip. I don't like confrontation. I feel like I come to an answer much quicker than 6s, and I really question authority, where I think 6s sound like they question authority, but they want to depend on them, where I definitely like just don't respect authority at all, pretty much. I just don't think anything's like real, or I don't know. But I don't know. I guess that's not true, because I do find certain things I like, but I don't think I question them that much. I pretty much like blindly follow them, which is my own problem, and like has to do with, I think, being sexual 7. So I think the ways in which I'm like a 6 is that I can feel very dutiful. Like if somebody expects something out of me, I feel like I kind of have to do it. And I also feel like, oh God, now there's hair in my mouth. I think I have issues with like overthinking. I think I don't overthink as much as like true 6s, but I definitely feel like sometimes unsure and like questioning. But as you guys can probably tell, I like get over that really quickly and just like blurt something out. I don't think about things as much as I probably should. And I don't know, just kind of like social pressure-y things. Like if people want or expect or anything, I feel like this like dutiful, loyal nature for people with it. I really wish I could kill that part of myself. Question 2. So that was question 1. The next question is, what 9 motivations do I have? I think that's saying like, what motivations in my 9 fix do I have? I thought I was a 9, so like I still feel mostly like a 9, because, and this is what confused me, I consider like my happiness my peace. So when they were saying like peacekeeper and like they just want their peace, I also want that, but I also consider it like my happiness. which 7s want to be happy. So for me, I want like happiness and peace. So it's hard for me to separate out which one's 7, which one's 9. So if people come into my life and they either cause like conflict or cause me to like not be able to do things I want to do, I can't tell like which part of me is like 7 or 9. But like people affecting my energy is something that happens to me a lot. So I thought it was a 9 because of how easily like affected I am by other people's motives and like just like I feel like I'm like absorbing their energies and just trying to like bat them away. And so I really don't like people having any sort of conflict, and I do feel like I smooth out like groups because I can see everyone's perspectives, and usually I can explain other people to other people in a way that they can then get over each other's differences. I actually hate that role in my life. Like, I don't want to be the person that has to do that. So the short answer to that is that my 9 fix just wants zero conflict and wants everyone to get along and be happy and shut the fuck up, please. Question 3. So the next question is, how is sexual for a 7 in me? So I think I express it in that, like, I will mostly only like a few people in my life. Like I've always had the same few people in my life, and I'm much more focused on like those people who I'm really close to. And then like I feel like we were all put on this planet to be together, and that we were like made in heaven together to like be smushed back together somehow. Like I feel like I want to find the people that like I was somehow meant to almost be with, and like keep them in my life. And like when I like love someone so much, I like want to put us in a blender, and just like skin feels like too much of a barrier. Like I'm like, I want to like feel like we're smushed into one being, and like that we are gonna live together forever. And that's like how I feel about like my family and people in my life that I'm like really close to. So I think that's like actually abnormal feelings. And I don't think I realized that at first. I thought that's like how everyone felt about like their friends and like their family and their partners and stuff. So that's weird. And then I think like I've said this in the group before, but one weird way in which my like sexual instinct and my self-preservation kind of manifested together is I've made my husband make elaborate plans for what we're going to do if there's robot replacements of ourselves, if there's a solar flare and we can't communicate and there's no electricity. And I've made him make a plan for like what order we're going to reincarnate into animals and like all that. Sorry, my dog's drinking water now. But yeah, I feel like I believe in this plan so much that even like before I never even actually thought it was sexual instinct. This is what I've learned from getting actually professionally typed. But those like manic plans for how I'm going to stay with people forever in like a almost like otherworldly way, I think was what made me sexual 7. And then I will just say, like, I've always believed in like soulmate level stuff and like always sought that out like my whole life. I've never like questioned it really. I'm just now realizing I have a lot of answers for this. So like another thing I'm like weirdly obsessed with is like almost like spirit animal friends. And like I blame Japanese like anime for this. Like and like video games, like in Spyro, that like dragonfly that follows Spyro around and like they're best friends, and like but the dragonfly is almost like a reflection and like a twin of Spyro. That's like something I've always like I love. I call my dog Twin, which someone told me makes me a narcissist, which I was like, okay, I don't care. I still want him to be my twin. But yeah, I love like twin animal friends, or like, I don't know. It's just so freaking cute. I don't blame me. Question 4. The next question is, what MTBI do I think I am? So I think I know like nothing about MTBI, but these are the two I've always tested highest for. But one is like INFP and the other is INTP. And I do think I'm way more thinking than feeling. Like, especially as a 7, when people have emotions around me, I'm like, please stop. But that is like feeling, but I'm thinking. So I don't know. I don't feel like I think about my emotions that much. I feel like I think through my emotions a lot. And like, I'm very logical, like engineer brain, but I feel everyone else around me a lot. So I don't know if I'm feeling or thinking. But like, as someone who's like very process oriented and like worked in engineering and just like, I don't know, I feel like logic is my like ruler. Like, I feel like that's part of the reason why 7s don't have any connection to the emotional center, like the heart center, is because like I do just feel like I'm not going to get upset about something because like that logically doesn't make sense. I don't know. I just don't feel that. I feel like I don't feel that many things from myself. I feel a lot of things from other people. So I don't know if that makes me thinking, because I also think a lot. Like, I logically think things through. I don't know. But it's either INFP or INTP. I feel like it's INTP. But I always test for both. Question 5. So, and then the last question is, how is social for me? And I feel like it's a complicated answer. Because my social instinct is, I did think my social instinct was first because of kind of what Aaron said in one episode. It gives me a lot of anxiety. I feel like people are constantly mad at me about not being attentive to them enough. And like, that's really hard for me because it makes me not want to be around them when they get mad at me for not paying enough attention. But I feel like I just avoid things. One way in which the instinct, like that social instinct, has caused me like trouble in the past is like when coronavirus was happening, I had no idea, and I would just show up at the grocery store and I'd be like, why is everyone in a mask? I'd be like, what the fuck is happening? You guys must all be brainwashed in the same way. Like, that was just my thought. It's because I don't pay attention to anyone else really, or like the news of what's happening in the world. And that's not good. I just feel socially like blind and deaf. Like, I like go out in the world and I'm like, what are you guys doing? I get confused. I have no idea whoever is, like, when people get upset about political things, I'm like, what are we talking about? What's happening? And then I'm also just like confused about why people engage in something that makes them so upset. But that's my 7. Trying to think of like other ways. I'm gonna pause this while I think. Another way in which like social like confuses me is I like and like how the sexual and the social fuck me up combined together. They don't work. When I was younger, had that problem where as soon as I got like a boyfriend, I would ditch everyone, and I had to learn not to do that. I had to learn how to be normal and like keep my friendships, and that's something I've like started including them almost in my like self-preservation instinct, where I'm like, I need friends for like self-preservation, like, because friends are always going to be there for you and they love you and like blah blah blah. It sounds fucked up, but I feel like it's kind of true. Like, I feel like I've started getting stress around when I'm not keeping up with people, because it almost triggers my self-preservation instinct where I'm like, I can't lose them. So But it's not natural. It's not like I naturally keep up with everyone. I have to really remember. So that's a way in which I'm social blind. I also feel like I never know like the social norms or like what I'm supposed to be doing. Feel like I get made fun of for not always doing things like appropriately, or like so I'll say something and then I'll be like, oh shit, I think that was bad. I just don't know the norms. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like I feel very lost a lot. And I think that's the way social is like definitely blind for me. And that was fun. If you guys have more questions, let me know. Those are all the questions that were listed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it helped you learn a little bit about sexual self-preservation. 9. Wait, I'm not a 9. 7, 9, 4. I'm a 7 who wishes they were a 9, 5, 4. Love you. Bye.